Welcome back to the Comical Engineers, Fun and Facts with LCTS. In Part 4 of Episode 6, our guest, Jay Moser, shared how career shifts, mentorship, and continuous training shaped his path. From Texaco to Huntsman to new leadership opportunities. His message was clear. Growth comes from seeking mentors and investing in competence. Now, in Part 5, Jay takes us inside his time at Shell, where he worked on major global projects, project assurance, and training thousands of professionals. He also reflects on the cultural changes in safety and project delivery that continue to shape the industry today. Let's dive in.
One of the roles I took, and I haven't gotten to that point yet in my career here, going through the life cycle, but I came to Shell in '01, as you just heard. I left, went into what I call the corporate P&T side, project technology side in '07. Worked in downstream, did a global role in energy efficiency and CO2, where we were changing out essentially electric turbines, with gas turbines to electric. Then I went to project assurance, where I was actually doing the assurance of the projects and their delivery. And I did that for 3 years. That was about $50 billion portfolio a year. So it was all the big projects that we had in North America. I had all of North America, Argentina, Brazil, South America, and Canada as well. So anything on the continent. But yeah, that was unique. And again, that takes a little gray hair. You don't get to do that overnight. But a lot of these big projects they may have heard of here in LNG Canada, for instance, and Eberhard up there was just put online recently. That job, I started the assurance role at 2010. That job just came online a couple months ago. So
Yeah.
Kind of tells you the life cycle, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, I went into actually a learning advisor role. And I think this is where I was trying to get to about competence. So I was essentially accountable for working with academic partners across the globe and delivering project management courses. And those were like fundamentals of project delivery and managing project execution, startup, these kinds of courses. I helped redesign these courses and deliver them to probably over 5,000 staff in the 4 years I was there.
This is probably a good transition time too, to let our listeners know that our information that we're working on today is going to be put together, and we'll have maybe 2 or 3 episodes, so that it's unique. Kind of sees how it segments from that time there with Texaco and Motiva, and getting now moving into the Shell. Now, I expect Shell had a little different corporate concept too about certain things as well. That I imagine that was a change of time too. So that's a good time, right, Eberhard, that we will have a transition into the next episode, but that way you can kind of give us a little preview for what you think that leads into working there with that group at Shell, especially when you got into the training process and the teaching process.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to start with next time. And I think the cultural change is key, and safety was a big one. Right. And we can kind of start with maybe how that safety culture changed, and then that's going to eventually morph into the future episodes of where we're at today. What are some of the problems of today, and how can we address those problems in the future? So,
and just so everybody knows, it is comical that neither one of us could think of that largest name facility. It just happens to be Total.
It's either that or BASF. I couldn't.
It's right there. This the largest thing going. Of course, the other thing too, when you were driving to Bridge City, in on a morning, depending on which way the wind was blowing, and that cooling tower right there by the road, you might just have to stop for a while. It was a safety issue too, right?
Yeah, and then they put in the ground flare, which didn't make a lot of sense either. But anyway. Well, good. That's great, Stan. I thank you for having me today, and looking forward to doing a couple more of these with you.
Okay.
And Eberhard, thank you.
That wraps up Episode 6 of the Comical Engineers, Fun and Facts with LCTS. A big thank you to our hosts, Eberhard and Stan, for guiding us through this multi-part conversation with Jay Moser. From his family-first philosophy to career shifts, mentorship, global projects, and leadership at Shell, Jay has given us a wealth of insights and a few laughs along the way. But we're not done yet. Join us again in episode 7, where Jay returns to share more lessons, experiences, and perspectives on the future of engineering and project leadership. And as always, follow, share, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time.